Okay, here's the moment you have all been waiting for. I'm going to get in this car and we're going to see if this beast will start. Remember, it hasn't run in 19 years. Okay, here we go. Can you believe that? Listen to that baby purr. It's not perfect, but let me tell you. If you think I'm not happy, okay, I'm going to shut this thing down. Let me try that again, just make sure that wasn't luck. Wow. Can you believe that? The beast has risen again. I know some of you are saying, well, Kent, now was that the first time you started it? And I have to admit, no, it wasn't. In fact, we didn't even have the camera set up the other day when the thing initially roared back to life. But I want to go back and kind of explain what happened because I really didn't even have the camera ready. This is probably about the fourth time we've started it. When you see the sequence here and see it first start up, it was running pretty rough. So let me show you that now. After I finished hooking up all the injectors, I went ahead and cranked the engine over with the spark plugs out. I had put some lubricant and a little bit of preservative in the cylinders and let it soak for a few weeks. We cranked this thing over and of course put some rags down there because I had the oil, flying out, getting on the exhaust manifolds. So then we put brand new plugs in it, tightened everything down. While I had the plugs out, we did turn it over and check for spark, and I didn't want to spend any more time on the distributor, but I was getting a good spark, so I just left that alone. Then my mechanic and I, we decided, hey, we checked all the linkages, looked things over. We said, let's go ahead and just give it a little try. But let's talk about how it was running. You probably noticed in that scene that it was running very rough, and I could tell that the fuel injection pump was not working properly. It was not responding to throttle response like it should. And that, of course, got me really concerned. I know it was kind of a roll of the dice to even think I could revive this engine without having to rebuild that rather complicated mechanical fuel injection pump. But I wanted to give it a try anyway. And you probably noticed there was smoke rolling off the engine. That wasn't because the engine was on fire. Once again, I had cleaned those cylinders, I'd blown them out, cranked the engine over, blew out that excess preservative and oil in the cylinders, and it had gotten on the exhaust manifold. So that was what all the smoke was about. So we immediately shut it off and kind of checked everything over, and at that point, I was already figuring, okay, the next step is going to be to probably get that pump off and send it out for overhaul. I know if you're not familiar with these engines, but there is an oil supply, a critical oil supply in the lower end of this injection pump that has to be attended to. There's a dipstick. We sucked the old oil out, and by the way, the old oil didn't look that bad. It wasn't black, it wasn't contaminated with gasoline, which was a good sign, but we put the new oil in there. I put a little bit of additive in it because I thought just maybe if I run this thing a little bit more, that pump may just unstick itself. There was obviously something, either the rack or a couple of the delivery valves were stuck. It was not responding right. We started it up 3 more times and suddenly it started to run, just like that, bang, it started to run smooth again. Now, you can tell it's not running perfectly. I have not checked over the points, the dwell, the timing. We haven't done anything with the fuel injection system in terms of checking over the linkages or anything like that. Well, notice the air suspension is sitting up. Isn't that nice? And it's been sitting up for over a month. Not a leak in the air suspension system. The brake system is still entirely either new or rebuilt on this car, so the car rolls nicely, it stops nicely, and in the next couple of days, I'm going to show you, in the next video, I'm going to show you why I did all that work before we got the beast running.